Courtney Tillman. I am here at Copper's Cove Chick-fil-A. I have been with Chick-fil-A in total for about 8 years now, but specifically at this store for about 4 years. It is a very big passion of mine working here at Chick-fil-A. I'm currently the executive director, so just making sure that you have the remarkable experience that we desire for you to have. And that remarkable experience comes from what Truett Cathy said our mission statement as, to glorify God with all that we've been entrusted with, to be good stewards of everything, and that includes our people. And so a passion of caring for people, and that shone through his legacy of his family who are still heavily involved in Chick-fil-A. His son Dan is our CEO. His grandson is part of our field operations team. He's the vice president, which is just in essence all of the operations that happen in each location of making sure that you have that remarkable experience. His daughter Trudy leads up all of the foundations that Chick-fil-A has, which are amazing things that Chick-fil-A has going on, of caring for those who don't have families, orphanages or foster care, taking care of marriages, and so having marriage retreats in all facets of our lives, of just having different ways of caring for people and helping them to grow and be well-rounded people. One thing that I love is that with Chick-fil-A, all of his family who have been involved and are involved with Chick-fil-A have not just been given a title, but they've worked themselves up, and they've worked through that philosophy that Truett set in place of caring for people and loving on people, which is just amazing to me. And today I have our operator with us today, who's going to talk a little bit about himself.
Hey, I'm Stephen Kennedy. I'm the franchise owner here at Chick-fil-A in Copper's Cove. And just really, as we're kind of addressing the idea of customer service, and really kind of want to lay out a little bit of the foundation of that and how that works really for us at Chick-fil-A. But really kind of background on my story, never in my wildest dreams thought that I would end up in the restaurant business, but after engaging with Chick-fil-A a little bit later in my career, just really began to fall in love with the company and the opportunity it provided, but more importantly really the care that it showed, not only for its team members but for its guests, for the guests as well as the community, and that just resonated with me and really why I wanted to be a part of it. Been with Chick-fil-A total now about 12 years, a little over 12 years, some of that being as a team member in a restaurant up in Waco, Texas, and then the last 6.5 years being the franchise owner here in Copper's Cove. But looking a little bit back at kind of the history of Chick-fil-A and really kind of this idea of caring, everything that they do really kind of revolves around just caring for guests and team members and the community, and it really goes back to Truett Cathy, our founder, who started this company with the idea of just how to be able to serve people and serve people well, and good food, great community, and great relationships, and that's really what it was founded on. Sometime in the 80s, I'm not sure when he said this, but he always kind of mentioned his vision of really Chick-fil-A being a great company, and he really defined a great company as being a caring company. And I think again that for us, that's the foundation for us to be able to do customer service and do it well. Over the years of my time with the company, we've always looked at, caring for our guests really is a byproduct of caring for our team members and providing opportunities for them. And so we do everything that we can to take care of them and actually serve them as well as we can, so that they can in turn serve our customers. But all in all, Chick-fil-A really just loves people. They care about people, and ultimately that's really what kicks us into being able to serve our community and serve our team and our guests well.
Guest services here for us is trying to find ways to ensure that the caring that Truett Cathy set in place. Chick-fil-A Copper's Cove wants to be a place that is caring for our community, and for us that looks like holding events that families can come and create memories, that you're not having to spend time outside of your busy schedule already to create activities and different things to do with your kids. We want to create those moments and memories alongside of you to help you with that. So we have kids nights, we have story time, we have different events like that, as well as just being involved in the community to help future entrepreneurs with Lemonade Day to help future leaders with Business Academy at the Coppers Cove High School. We're very involved in those kind of activities and in helping alongside with anything that's needed for the scholarship pageant that the Five Hills hosts. All those things are big passions of ours of just being able to care for our community, caring for our team members, as Steven said, of being able to provide them with different opportunities for growth, both within our store and for their schooling, for them to just better themselves and to grow into whatever career and field that they want to be in. And then all of that translates back into how we actually serve our guests here in the restaurant in our day-to-day.
Speaking of day-to-day, my name is Chris. I am the Senior Director of Business Operations. So basically, my job entails whatever I can do to support everything operations-wise. And so with that comes with hiring, or what we call selecting. To us, it's about selecting the right people for the right job instead of just hiring people just to fulfill our task. And so we go about trying to identify the right people when it comes to maybe past experiences that they've had. How would they go about treating our guests with those past experiences? Or maybe while we're interviewing them, we're trying to figure out where on the seat of the bus would they best sit. And so while we're doing that, before we go through that process of interviewing them, they go through a process. We use a third-party vendor that uses a virtual customer experience. So they have to go in there and there's some prompts that they have that they can say what they would do at this right time. And then once they finish that, they also have a virtual cash register that they have to go about to see if they would be a good fit dealing with the cash. And so if they go through that process and they pass the passing grades, then we will set up an interview with them. And that's where I will spend close to an hour interviewing them and really first off asking a lot of culture questions, meaning how would they fit in our culture when it comes to our speed of service, when it comes to how we go about that second mile service, things like that. I asked questions towards that to see if that would be something that's in their DNA, if that's something that is about them, or if that's something that's we're gonna have to pull out a little bit, but they still have other characteristics that we're looking for, or really they're just a back of a house person. Then they're not necessarily geared towards customer service, but they still like serving people. They still like wanting to be a part of something that's really bigger than they are. And so we would go about asking these questions, and really I would put myself as, if I was a customer, would I enjoy that experience that they were giving me? And so if it was asking these variety of questions, that I've kind of put my place there to see if it would be a good fit or not. And so if that goes like that accordingly, to see if they got the right tools to be able to, for us to kind of fine tooth that, to kind of pull that out. They have the abilities, we just need to kind of help pull them out. So that's, some of it is a guessing game. Some of it is to hopefully that the things that I've asked them, that I got a good basis of what it could be like. And so once we do hire them, we go through close to a 2-week process of training them. And so that goes from a variety of different areas of the store that they spend quality time. And what we do is first that they will watch some videos. So they'll kind of get a good feel of what it looks like, and having that shown them through the video portion of it. And then they will work alongside another team member, which we call our trainers. And that's where they will work alongside of them to kind of see that more in real time, live customers, things to that nature. And so what we do is we try to get our team members, our trainers, that goes through a little 3-part system, which we say is demonstrate, imitate, and then replicate. And so what that means is they'll work it. The trainer will basically say, all right, I'll watch me and I'll do it. And then the next phase will be we'll do this together. Let's work together. And then the third phase will be, all right, now you do it and I'll watch you. And so that's kind of how we go about it. So they still have that protection around them to know that they got someone that's near them that's going to help them in the if they're kind of stumbling or they're kind of searching for something. They still got that help and support around them the whole time, but at the same time that they're able to get their hands on it, to kind of fill it out and to understand what's best to go about that. And so we all learn in different ways. Some people can learn through a video, some people can learn by just somebody telling them, some people just have to get down and do it themselves. And so this gives us a good variety of ways that we can help our team members really understand what it means to work for Chick-fil-A. And so it's a little of a beast, I guess you could say. It's because we do have breakfast and then we have our lunch and dinner. And of course, lunch and dinner is the same, but breakfast is a lot different. So so we have to have people that's going to understand and able to go from learning breakfast, understanding that, and then transitioning into lunch. And so it is totally different. And then it all has their good and the bad on when it comes to training, but what it does is it allows us to have constant feedback for our team members while they're in the mode of training and trying to understand. And that 2 weeks gives them enough time to be able to understand what they need to do, and not so much pressure of I have to learn it right now so that I don't have to go into the regular schedule the next week kind of thing. So it gives them some flexibility, some time that they're able to ask questions and learn through their mistakes and learn them very quickly.
Prior to going through this pandemic with COVID, we had the dining room open, and it was set up in a way that we brought your meal out to you at the table. We wanted you to sit back and be able to enjoy. We believe that memories are created around the dining room table, and so creating that kind of an atmosphere and environment for you, bringing the refills to you, different aspects of that, of just creating that environment. We just really desire to have those interactions. Unfortunately, right now, with our dining room being closed, we don't get to have those same interactions. And so trying to ensure that that's not missed in all of this, we've done different things. One of that is put a lot of energy into our drive-through so that we can have safe face-to-face interactions still. We don't want guests to come through and visit our location and feel like they're just a transaction or they're just another sale to us. We want them to know that we enjoy that interaction that we get with them. So we have our team members outside taking your order, making sure that they're getting your order correct and accurate, making sure that they are greeting you with a pleasant tone and interacting with you, taking steps to ensure that you feel safe as well coming into our restaurant. There's a lot of little details that we've put in place to ensure that you feel comfortable bringing your kids and bringing your family to come visit us at Chick-fil-A still. There's a lot that we desire to do to make sure that you feel cared for, and we really truly hope that it is seen through all of our actions how passionate we are to ensure that people are cared for when they come to Chick-fil-A.